Welcome in this revision course where we are discussing all topics required for UPSC Civil Services or Defence Services examination at a glance. So obvious thing is that we are not going at very depth level but primitive level we are going to discuss. So this course, what we are discussing here is made up of various things. The first thing, these video lectures, they are video revision lecture, then actual video lecture, then small test after following the lecture, then actual topical test, then analysis of that topical test. So like that set is there. So this is first I am discussing about revision lecture about this part. So let us start from biology, and in case of biology we are going to discuss various systems in human body, to discuss about nutrition. You are aware that animals, plants both require food for their day-to-day activity. We are calling that as metabolic activity. Then their growth, in growth period particularly, and energy is required throughout as long as that animal or plant is living, and for that purpose also. So like that, for various purpose we require intake of material. We are saying that on this planet we are living where this food is also provided, but not automatically. We have to get that. That means what, certain chemicals are required to maintain our body or plant body or animal body, then to grow the body, for reproduction also, and for that all whatever material is required, that is taken in. This is, we are saying, simply nutrition. Now we are focusing mainly on man, but prior to that certain modes of nutrition I have to discuss. Obviously the first mode I have to take, that autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Whereas what, plants, with fewer exceptions like fungus and all, whatever that are there, they are autotrophic in nature. Autotrophic means they prepare their own food, and for that purpose we can simply remember the reaction. I am not giving you balanced reaction, but simply we can remember this reaction, that carbon dioxide, which is, we are saying, as a pollutant in air, but practically speaking this is actually source of life. That carbon dioxide combines with water in presence of sunlight. Sunlight is source of energy required for this combination, and in presence of chlorophyll we are getting C6H12O6 plus, for our respiration purpose the gas is required, that is oxygen, that is liberated in this reaction. So this is what we are talking of, photosynthesis reaction. If photosynthesis reaction is carried out in plant or animal, then it is called as autotrophic in nature. Why I said animal? Because in old classification, old means what, where we discuss about two kingdom classification system, in that protozoa is considered under animal kingdom. Euglena and Chlorella, these two names are there. This Euglena and Chlorella, they are carrying out photosynthesis reaction. So they are animals, but they are autotrophic in nature. Whereas in case of plant, certain plants, now according to two kingdom classification system, algae, then fungus, all these considered under plant, but now we are considering fungus as separate. So this fungus or fungi, they are considered as heterotrophic in nature. They are practically calling as saprophytic nature, but here I am considering in heterotroph. So plants are heterotrophic in nature, some of them, whereas some animals like Euglena, Chlorella, they are autotrophic in nature, but on an average we have to say that plants are autotrophs and animals are heterotroph. Now here certain parasitic plants are also there. You are aware about cuscuta. In local language it is called as Amar whale. So that Cuscuta, that is heterotrophic in nature. No doubt it is plant, but it is actually parasitic in nature. So this all we have to consider here. So mode of nutrition predominantly autotrophic and heterotrophic. Then in case of bacteria, certain bacteria, they are neither carrying out this photosynthesis reaction nor they are utilizing direct glucose as their main source of energy. Instead of that, they are carrying out some chemical reactions to generate energy. Then they are called as chemosynthetic bacteria. Now here I am not focusing on that chemosynthetic bacteria, so we are focusing again on autotrophic and heterotrophic. Out of that we discuss about what is autotrophic. In case of heterotrophic mode, we require, this is the substance, this is called as glucose or simple form of sugar. This simple form of sugar is reacted with oxygen. Then we are getting carbon dioxide plus water. So if I am saying this reaction is photosynthetic reaction in forward direction. But if this reaction occurs in backward direction in form of enzymes, you are aware that enzymes are certain chemicals which trigger out the reaction. So in presence of enzyme, if this reaction carried out in this way, then we are getting carbon dioxide plus water. You are aware here I am saying that solar energy, sunlight is actually energy required in this process, whereas in this process we are getting carbon dioxide plus water plus energy is liberated. So if reaction is carried out in forward direction, it is called as photosynthesis. You can keep in mind if reaction is carried out in backward direction, then it is called as respiration. So this oxidation of glucose or simple sugar here, that is considered as respiration here. Now in backward reaction, that means photosynthesis reaction, respiration reaction, oxygen is required. So oxygen is taken in and it is converted into carbon dioxide. So basically nature is going to balance the own pollutant, because in backward reaction this carbon dioxide is produced, that is pollutant, but that is useful for forward reaction. Anyway, so in case of heterotrophic mode of nutrition, we require glucose or some other form of compound which is to be oxidized and energy is released. Now, heterotrophic mode of nutrition, I have to divide into various parts. First one, that is called as parasitic. Then parasites we are classifying as internal parasites and external parasites. You are aware that Ascaris, that is Ascalmanthus phylum, then tapeworm-like animal, Platyhelminthes phylum, they are internal parasites. They don't have external option. They have to stay inside some body. You are aware that lactobacillus, like bacillus, bacteria, they are staying in our stomach. And like that, various animals and plants, or say if I am considering 2 kingdom system, then plants, but otherwise 5 kingdom system, Monera, they are living in others' body. Then they are called as internal parasites. Whereas if you are talking something like lice, then that is external parasite. They are living on body but not inside the body, inside exoskeleton at the most you can say. Then bedbug, that is also external parasite here. But certain parasites are helping out their host. Say for example, just now I discussed about lactobacillus, the bacteria is present in our alimentary canal, that is digestive system. Then these lactobacillus is actually parasites, but their presence help host. Host means what? In which they are living. They are producing out B complex, and this B complex, you are aware, B vitamin. So B complex is produced and they are helpful for that host. If parasites are helpful for host, then we are calling this as symbiosis. So in human body, various activities are achieved with symbiosis. Again, you are aware that certain characteristics of animals are symbiotic, plants are symbiotic. For example, you are aware about lichen. Lichen is symbiotically prepared, that part is algae, which is carrying out photosynthesis and preparing food. A part is fungus, which is hygroscopic in nature. Hygroscopic means what? Water absorbing. So it is hygroscopic in nature, that absorbs water, that is supplied to algae part, whereas algae carried out photosynthesis, that food is supplied to algae, fungus part. And this way both are living at a time. We are calling this as lichen category. Lichens are observed on dry places. On stone also they are able to grow. So this is the way nutrition can be divided. We are saying autotroph, and nutrition is divided into parasitic mode, then symbiotic mode. Parasites, we discuss about internal parasites and external parasites. Then we discuss about what is exactly symbiosis and mode of nutrition in symbiotic way. Now, depending upon habit of food taking in, we are classifying as saprophytic and holozoic. Say for example, fungus. You are aware that fungus are having rhizoids, something roots-like substances created from that. They are called as rhizoids. These rhizoids are secreting out enzymes. You are aware enzymes are chemical which trigger out chemical reaction, and then the digestion process starts out. Suppose bread is there. On bread that fungus, mucor-like fungus is starting growing. Then it will carry out digestion, but without taking food inside. It is digested outside the body by enzymes, and only digested part is absorbed. Then we are calling that as saprophytic mode of nutrition. Whereas you are aware about amoeba. So for example, this is, I can say, my perfect diagram of amoeba, which is taking food particle here, something like that. These are pseudopodia. They are engulfing out, and ultimately this food particle is taken inside in form of vacuole. Then a cell part, we are aware, that is called as lysosome. Lysosome carries out 60 different types of enzymes. This lysosome is going to attach here. This lysosome will secrete out required enzymes. Then this part is digested, and then the required part is taken in. And then extra part which is not required or not digested, that is thrown away. This is called as ejection. Now here, this process where food material is taken entirely inside, then it is digested, digested part is absorbed and undigested part is thrown away. This type of nutrition, that is called as holozoic type of nutrition. So holozoic means what? Again we are talking of heterotrophic nutrition only. But heterotrophic nutrition we discuss in terms of saprophytic and holozoic, the way food is taken in. So these are various types I have to discuss here. Now again, in entire discussion we are hearing out that food is digested. Now we have to discuss the process of digestion and some rough idea about mode of nutrition. So just check out this diagram. Nutrition, I am divided it into two parts. This is autotrophic nutrition, this is heterotrophic nutrition. Now in case of autotroph, we divided it into again two parts. This is photosynthesis and this is chemosynthesis. So photosynthetic means you are aware that using sunlight they are converting out carbon dioxide plus water into glucose. In case of chemosynthetic, they are carrying out same thing, but for that purpose they required energy that is not obtained from sunlight. They are obtaining this energy from chemical reaction, and in that chemical reaction whatever liberated energy is there, that is utilized for conversion of conversion of carbon dioxide and water into glucose. So photosynthetic and chemosynthetic, these two modes are under autotroph. In heterotroph, little bit confusion is there because same thing can be classified into two parts. So I am divided into this way, that first thing depending upon nature. So for example here I am saying it is parasitic. So heterotroph, the first category we discuss parasite, where parasites may be external or internal. Then we discuss about saprophytic, that as we are it is symbiotic. Symbiotic is special form of parasite only. But here parasites are not giving any benefit to host, whereas here parasites are giving benefit to host. The third category I am writing here particularly, they are called as scavengers. multiple posting is there, but I want to discuss this scavenger category also. They are converting out complex substances into simple substances. So they should be under this heterotroph only. Now fungus, suppose I am saying that fungus I should consider here in parasite mode as well as in scavenger mode, because you are aware that certain skin diseases, they are fungal diseases. So on living organism also fungus is there. So in that case I should consider fungus under parasite. But on dead animal also fungus is growing, and so this is considered under scavenger category. Now here, on the way it is nutrition is carried out, I am discussing here, this is saprophytic, that means external digestion, whereas holozoic, entire material is taken in, digested, and digested material is absorbed, undigested material is thrown away. So this chart you can simply make it mind in order to understand the concept, just the how nutrition mode is there. So you will get now here idea. We are mainly focusing now on human digestive system, about digestion. What is exactly meaning of digestion? Apart from this digestion and biology, I should rather go to brick formation. You are aware that in history many times we discuss about Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, that is Indus Valley civilization. And what is the peculiarity of that civilization? That they were using out baked bricks. That is the important thing. In those days people were using stone, but here they were using baked brick. So that is main difference between other civilizations and Indus Valley civilization. But how to make brick? Plainly you can say that from soil only bricks are manufactured. It's simple, easy, yes. But for that purpose we require to select a proper soil. It is not that any soil we can convert into brick. So first you have to select proper soil. On selection of proper soil, we have to filter it. We have to take only soft part of that soil. It is not that all stones and huge stones we can take and any soil we can convert into brick. In order to make brick stronger, we have to take first filter out. That means unnecessary part we have to remove and only necessary for the purpose that we have to take. Here the particle size of soil matters. If particle size is extremely small, then water holding capacity and bonding capacity is also good. And for that purpose, fine, we are calling out it is something like clay that is required. So on filtering, we are getting good soil depending upon the requirement. So for brick making, very fine soil is not that required. So somewhat bigger shape can be considered here. Then we have to add water in required amount and make in form of brick. Required size we have to make. This is the formation of brick. But then we have to heat this soil. We are converting out into brick, and then we have to heat that brick. Particularly we have to bake it. Then there is fusion of soil particles and formation of hard brick. Only after drying we can heat that brick, so it is converted into hard brick. So then that brick we can use to construct whatever the construction you want to do. Now something is similar here. Say food is available like soil, but out of that only required thing you have to eat. So when food we are considering, basically the component of food we have to discuss here. From human point, I have to consider total factors here. The first factor, that is protein. Second factor, that is carbohydrate. Third is fat. Fourth, water. Fifth, minerals. Sixth, we are calling as vitamin, but actually vitamins are part of protein. Chemically they are considered as protein only, but we are keeping it separately. So sixth component is protein, vitamin, whereas seventh component is actually there in food. It is not required by nutrition, but for Other purpose it is required, so I am classifying that as fiber. I am revising total components of food, that is protein, carbohydrate, fat, water, minerals and vitamins, and 7 component, that is fiber, that means cellulose substance. Now when I am talking of protein is present. Various protein is actually category. Various proteins are available. Simply you can keep in mind that carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. These are main component of protein. But not necessarily only these elements are there. Say for example, I am talking of hemoglobin. Then in case of hemoglobin, we require Fe, iron along with this. Same way if you are talking of chlorophyll, then along with this, magnesium ions are present. And so, like that, various components are there of protein. The proteins are digested into simple substance. We are calling it as amino acids. So, proteins are not taken directly by our body and used as it is. No, we are breaking out proteins into simple component, that is called as amino acids, and these amino acids are rejoining in our body to give protein, required protein. I want to elaborate this point. I am considering here you have basic knowledge of chemistry, particularly organic chemistry, and I am talking with you. If you are from science side, then it's alright till 12th standard if you have studied out science, but if you have not studied out, then don't take tension. Try to understand the concept. We are talking about amino group. In organic chemistry, you are aware that NH2, that is called as amine group. You are aware that NH3 is ammonia. So I am showing here, this is NH3, which is ammonia. So nitrogen is bonded with 2 hydrogen and 1 hydrogen. I am removing this 1 hydrogen, then bond will get open. So this group is called as amino group. Same way, you are aware, here 1 bond is there. You are aware that for carbon, 4 bonds should be there. So 1 bond is vacant. Here, a double bonded O and H. So this group is called as acidic group. This is called as carboxylic acid. So here it is ammonia group, that is called as amine. When this group is there, it is called as carboxylic acid group. Now, amine group is there, then substance is alkaline in nature, basic in nature. Weak base, but basic substance. Whereas this group, as name indicated, is carboxylic acid. So it is acidic in nature. So here I am getting one substance as base and one substance as acid. Now, amino acid is a substance where both groups are attached on single molecule. So here I have to show a substance under name R and dash. Try to recollect organic lecture where we are aware that methane, ethane, propane, butane, everywhere we are having, this is the formula CnH, 2n plus 2. That is, suppose C is 1, then 1 into 2, 2, 2 plus 2, 4. So it is CH4, then it is called as methane. If C equal to 2, then N is 2 into 2, 4 plus 2, 6. So I am getting here C2H6. The first one CH4, like that. They are called as methane, ethane, like that, alkane. If I am removing one hydrogen, means now remaining hydrogen is one hydrogen less. So I am getting here CH3 and bond is there. I am getting C2H, one hydrogen is less, 5 and bond is there. They are called as alkyl group. So alkyl group are represented by this. So I am giving component R means what? C1, C2, like that, C20, C25, any number. So this is alkyl group. The formula is same, Cn H2n plus 1. This is called as alkyl group. Ammonia, one hydrogen less, we are getting amine group. Then carboxylic acid group. So like that groups are there. On basis of this, we are going to discuss. Now structure. This is R, which is actually R means it is attached to some C. I can split out. Suppose C2 is there, one C is here and one C is here. Suppose C20 is there, then C19s are here and one C is here, which is attached to here one hydrogen, C double bond OOH and NH2. So this is NH2, or for simplicity I may replace this way. Here I am connecting out R and here I am connecting out NH2. So one side is amino group, other side is acidic group. Then we are calling this as amino acid. So at a time I am getting all these things together. We are calling this as amino acid. R can be any number. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, like that, any number is there. Then we are calling this as amino acid. This is a small unit, we can say. No doubt you can observe big molecule, but unit wise it is a small unit. Here I am writing out another unit, NHH. This is NH2 only. Again C, H, R, C double bond O, OH. This is amino acid molecule, this is amino acid molecule. Where this hydrogen and this OH combined together. This will eliminate out, as you are aware, H2O, H2O. It is eliminated out, and on this elimination you are aware that there is formation of direct bond between this carbon and this nitrogen. I am showing here this way. This way molecule is again having same thing, towards one side amino group and other side carboxylic group. This linkage here is called as peptide linkage. This way number of amino molecule, acid molecule can combine together to give a long chain compound that is called as protein. So now you are aware of protein. Protein is actually having unit, small unit as amino acid. Like that, various amino acids are connected together to give a single molecule of protein. So in our process, this protein is converted into amino acid. Converted into amino acid means what? This water molecule is added here, and instead of one protein molecule we are getting two amino acid molecule, and like that. So this way proteins are converted into amino acid. Then these amino acids are absorbed by our body, and in our body on requirement amino acids are joined according to the formula, required formula. They are joined together to carry out new proteins. So fundamental unit here I have to consider as amino acid. On combination of amino acid we are getting different proteins, and this way we are getting conversion of amino acids into protein. This is actually basic process or fundamental process where the digestion is carried out. So what is the meaning of digestion? Proteins are converted into amino acids. This is digestion. Whereas next process, that amino acids are again converted into required protein, that is called as assimilation. Whereas the proteins are converted into amino acid, that is digestion. Amino acids are absorbed in body, absorption. And assimilation means what? These amino acids are again converted into protein. Then we are calling that part as assimilation of this. So this is basic I should consider about the digestion process, digestion of protein. So our body can't absorb protein directly as it is given. It is converted into amino acids and absorbed. This is called as digestion. Now similar thing is there about sugar. In case of sugar, we have basic or fundamental molecule, that is C6H12O6. As we say, this is simple sugar, or this is, I am saying, glucose also. Here, depending upon molecular structure, we are calling this as glucose, fructose and like that. So it is not necessary that always when I am writing C6H12O6, that means always it is glucose. But in this example particular, we are considering this as glucose. So this is glucose. When two molecules are combining together of this, again same thing you have to consider. As in peptide linkage, we discussed that water molecule is eliminated. Here also water molecule is eliminated. So you are getting supposed to be multiplication formula, that is C12H24 and O12. But as we are saying that one water molecule is eliminated here. So water molecule means what? 2 hydrogen. So I am considering less 2 hydrogen here, H22, and 1 oxygen is also less. So this way we are getting converged. We are getting here C12H22O11. Now this is we are calling as disaccharide. So this is simple unit I am calling monosaccharide. This is called as disaccharide. So what is the formula of disaccharide? Multiply by 2 minus 1 H2O molecule we have to carry out. So that is called as disaccharide. So simply C6H12O6 is sugar, that is glucose, whereas multiply by 2 we are calling it as disaccharide. If multiply by any number which is greater than 2, then we are supposed to call polysaccharide, but many times we are calling this as oligosaccharide. Say, usually in our body or any other thing also, source we are calling carbohydrate. As we discussed, it is usually in form of starch. So starch means what? I have to replace this by N. So like that, this is actually a form where multiple C6H12O6 units are there. In our body, it is hydrolyzed. And then we are getting multiple of these. In our body, when digestion is there, these molecules are separated out in form of C6H12O6. So this is conversion of polysaccharide into monosaccharide. So complex substance into simple substance. Then it is called as digestion of starch, digestion of carbohydrate. So as we discuss here, that proteins are digested into amino acids. So proteins are converted into amino acid. Then carbohydrates, sugar, starch, whatever this, they are converted into glucose. So this is called as digestion. Fat. It is actually water and fat, they are immiscible. When fat enters in intestine, there is mixture of bile juice, and then it is emulsified, means converted into very small droplets, and then under enzymatic action it is converted. Lipase is name of enzyme. Under that action it is converted into fatty acid and glycerol. Like that substances, it is absorbed. Now various substances, as we discussed, that protein, fat and carbohydrates, they are digested, but water is directly absorbed. Minerals, it is not necessary that minerals should be converted into something else. Minerals are directly absorbed. And vitamins, as discussed, that vitamins are proteins only. Whereas undigested part, in that cellulose or fiber we discussed, which is not carrying out any digestion, and it is used for ejection. So basically you are aware now what is meaning of digestion, that if substance is complex, then complex substance is converted into simple substance. But if substance is already simple, like various salts, suppose you are consuming NaCl, then NaCl is directly absorbed in body. Water, H2O, directly absorbed in body. So like that things are there. So digestion and absorption, we are combining using word togetherly, digestion and absorption. So this is about first part. I should discuss about nutrition. Now here you will get questions to observe. Instead of dictating question, I will just give you certain questions. You have to observe these questions on screen and write down first answers of that. and we are going to discuss the answer of same. CTFS question. CTFS means you have to write down only true or false. So I am starting first statement. Euglena and chlorella are name of autotrophic bacteria. Say by reading this statement you can check out Euglena and chlorella. As we discussed, they are autotrophic, but we discussed they are protozoa and they are not bacteria. So here statement is false, because any one part is false, then we have to consider the entire statement as false. So Euglena and chlorella, they are protozoa. In 5 kingdom system it is called as protista, and in 2 kingdom system they are considered under protozoa. So they are not bacteria. So difference is that bacteria are having prokaryotic cell and protista or protozoa, they are having eukaryotic cell. Now second, Cuscuta is fully heterotrophic in nutrition. We discussed that apart from fungus, certain parasitic plants are there. Out of that, one parasitic plant is Cuscuta. So Cuscuta is fully heterotrophic in nutrition. Answer is true. This is fully heterotrophic in nutrition. So first option is true. First statement is false, whereas second statement is true. Here the keys are given. Go through the keys here. That is A, that means both true. B, both false. C, first true, second false. And D, first false, second true. If these keys are there, then your answer is first false and second true. That means option D is correct answer. Now second statement, tapeworm is example of internal parasite. We discussed it is belonging to Platyhelminthes and it is perfectly internal parasite. So answer is true. It stays in human intestine. Usually length is around 2 meter in length. Lichen is combination of Protista and Monera. The statement is false. You are aware it is combination of fungus and algae. So it is not Protista and Monera. Monera means bacteria, prokaryotic cell, and Protista means protozoa, eukaryotic cell. So it is not. So statement is false. So first is true, second is false. That means answer is C. Third, in case of human being, holozoic mode of nutrition is observed. As we discussed, holozoic means what? Entire food is taken in, digested, only digested part is absorbed, remaining is thrown away. So in case of human being, same thing is there, therefore it is true. The statement that given is true. In case of fungus, saprophytic mode of nutrition is used. Now, in case of fungus, the saprophytic mode of nutrition is used. Our statement is true. As we discussed that rhizoids are there, they are secreting out enzyme and only digested part is absorbed. So this statement is true. So both statements are true. So option is A. Now fourth, in case of fungus, fungal skin diseases, the fungus is considered as parasite. Yes, various skin diseases are there where the host is living and parasite, the fungus is growing on their skin, and so it is considered as parasite only. Because fungus can grow on dead part also, so then it is called as scavenger. So here it is parasite. So option is true. Proteins are considered of only carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen only. Say proteins means carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen as basic part, but apart from that iron, magnesium or any other component may be present. So always we should not consider that protein means only CHO and N. But if you are saying basic part as CHON, then statement is true. So bit tricky part was there. But here the only word we have to get focused. So it is not always because otherwise by this definition I should not call hemoglobin or chlorophyll as protein. But they are categorized under protein only. And that's why this statement is false. So first statement is true and second is false. That means answer is C. Last, in case of digestion, carbohydrates are converted into monosaccharides. Answer is true. You are aware C6H12O6, that is monosaccharide, whereas all components are converted into this, a carbohydrate particularly. Second, amino acids are having amino group and carboxylic acid group on same molecule. Very simple, straightaway question, answer is true. And so both statements are true, option A is correct. So this way we have to give answers. So this is just, I have given a small test over there followed by lecture. So every time we are getting lecture and this type of test, and then we are going to give digestion process begins.